The streets of London are alive with jubilation. Red banners flutter in the breeze. Chants of Labour, Labour, echo through the air. It's a scene reminiscent of 1997, but this is 2024. Keir Starmer has led the Labour Party to a resounding victory in the UK general election. Labour has secured a comfortable majority in Parliament, ending over a decade of Conservative rule.
This victory marks a seismic shift in British politics. Starmer's Labour has redrawn the electoral map. Traditional Tory strongholds have fallen like dominoes. The Red Wall has been rebuilt and fortified.
The scenes of celebration are tempered by the weight of expectation. Starmer, in his victory speech, acknowledged the enormity of the task ahead. "We have been given a mandate for change," he declared, "and we will deliver that change."
The electorate has spoken clearly. They want competent governance, economic stability, and a renewed focus on public services.
Keir Starmer's journey to Downing Street has been remarkable. From human rights lawyer to director of public prosecutions, and now Prime Minister. His campaign resonated with voters across the spectrum. He promised a pragmatic, centrist approach to governance.
The public's endorsement of Starmer's vision is clear. Exit polls show voters were drawn to his message of economic competence and social justice. Starmer's personal approval ratings soared during the campaign.
But with this mandate comes great responsibility. The electorate expects results, and quickly. Starmer has promised to hit the ground running. His first 100 days in office will be crucial.
Starmer's challenge will be to balance pragmatism with ambition, delivering tangible improvements while laying the groundwork for long-term reforms.
The economy looms large as Starmer's most pressing challenge. Britain faces high inflation, sluggish growth, and rising inequality. The new Prime Minister has inherited an unenviable economic legacy.
Starmer's economic team, led by Rachel Reeves as Chancellor, has hit the ground running. They've unveiled an emergency budget aimed at tackling the cost of living crisis. Key measures include targeted energy subsidies and a windfall tax on energy companies.
The Labour government faces a delicate balancing act. They need to stimulate growth without fueling inflation. They must address inequality without alienating business.
International economic headwinds add another layer of complexity. The global economy remains fragile in the wake of the pandemic. Starmer's government must navigate these choppy waters while delivering on domestic promises. Rebuilding public services, a Herculean task. Britain's public services face immense challenges. Years of austerity and the pandemic have left deep scars. The NHS is under unprecedented pressure. Schools struggle with underfunding and staff shortages. Social care is in crisis.
Healthcare tops public concerns. Labour promises an NHS rescue plan, recruiting thousands of new doctors and nurses.
Section 5, navigating opposition and internal dynamics. While Labour celebrates its victory, the political landscape remains complex. The Conservative Party, though bruised, is far from defeated. They've retreated to opposition with a determination to regroup and challenge. The new Tory leadership is already sharpening its attacks. They're portraying Labour's economic plans as reckless and unaffordable.
Other opposition parties add to the political mix. The SNP remains a formidable force in Scotland. They're pushing hard for another independence referendum. The Liberal Democrats have made gains in former Tory heartlands. Starmer must navigate these diverse opposition forces while delivering on his agenda.
Internally, Labour faces its own challenges. The party's broad church includes centrists, soft left, and more radical elements. Starmer's leadership campaign promised to unite these factions, but tensions remain. Some on the left feel sidelined and are pushing for more ambitious policies. Starmer must balance these competing voices while maintaining party discipline. The shadow of Brexit also looms large. Section 6. Redefining Britain's global role. As Starmer settles into Downing Street, the world watches with interest. Britain's international standing has been in flux since the Brexit vote. The new Labour government faces the task of redefining the UK's global role.
Relations with the EU top the foreign policy agenda. Starmer has promised a pragmatic approach to Brexit. Beyond Europe, Labour has pledged to reinvigorate Britain's global partnerships. Climate change and global security are key priorities. Labour has promised a values-based foreign policy, emphasising human rights and democracy.